Listen, it was a long journey. Like I went to school. Like my family, we come from like real estate. Like my mom, my aunt, like my brother, like just our family, real estate people. And so like that's I was like, okay, well, I've been helping my mom for years, and let me just do that. And I went to school for a loan officer and massage therapist and
Mhm.
paralegal. And I think real estate was my last career. And I was like, you know what? Since I was 14, 12, I always knew that I wanted to be in the beauty industry. Like, I love beauty. Like, no matter where I go, people are like, I love your hair. Like, who did your hair? Or I love your outfit. Like, to me, I was a walking billboard. And I'm like, oh, go see this person. And then they'd be like, that person.
Is there anything better than a trip getting ready? Nope. For a long journey where our podcast released a new epi, searching for a fade fiend, new fixation. Giving this a subscribe is the same sensation. Started with the day ones, they gave us fuel to support the season. Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here for a reason. Notification bells, text some friends, all to let you know. Check your Bluetooth, connect, talking with Donato.
Welcome in, everyone. Talking with Donato podcast, episode 89. You So Utley, with our guest, Larra. Larra, what is going on today? Larra, I'm gonna put this out. We had a pre-episode meeting. This has got to be the prettiest podcast I have ever done. Saying that out loud.
Keep me humble, please. You don't have me reason this whole time.
No. I think, what do we say? It's okay to get your flowers. And Pat Williams already made sure 2024 was the year of the truth.
He did. Listen, hands down.
So, no, and you know what, though? Style matters. I believe in style. I try to be a stylish gentleman. But nothing wrong with, when you're in basketball shorts and sweats. But you clearly put in an effort today, and I'm just respecting what you did.
I actually, 2024, I was like, hey, I'm going to declutter my closet. Like, my goal is I'm not going to buy not one single piece of article this year. And I probably had this dress for about a year and a half. And recently I redid my closet and I found this. And so I was like, I'm going to be on a podcast today. This is it.
It's the one.
This is, and it was so easy. Like, I just literally picked it up out of my closet versus before.
Yeah.
The whole
Oh, that's all right. I'm on that same journey. I like to tell people I have not unintentionally repeated an outfit since 2016. But in 2024, I have a fraternity brother here in town who works at a high school, and I overheard him saying that he had some kids that were in gym class in Crocs. And when the teacher asked them, "Why are you in Crocs?" they said, "These are the only shoes I got." I said, "Well, hold on, man. If I got some stuff." So I've been going through my closet as I come across something. I've been sliding it over to them. And to your point, I don't think I'm buying anything.
Mm-mm.
You know what? No, I don't want to say it. I can't go as far as you, Larra. but what I am saying is some stuff is coming out of the closet and it will never go back in. She almost got me. You're about to mess up my 2024. What is she doing?
But let's okay. Well, if we're gonna hold each other accountable, maybe I'll buy like accessories.
Yes.
It's because I feel like you can wear an outfit more than once. You just gotta accessorize it where it looks different.
Yes. And I will. Remember, I said unintentionally. I have intentionally done that because there's certain things we like. There's a favorite shirt. There's a favorite vest. A favorite blazer. I decided not to do a blazer today, but it all depends, and I reserve that right.
Right.
Do whatever I want. But I believe that you might agree with me on this. If I am doing that, I gotta make sure I ain't in a lot of pictures that day, right?
I'm not taking pictures. No pictures. Like,
then people get to see, man, did you wear that 2 weeks ago? And then, it's a thing. It's a thing for me.
Listen, it's totally like if you really knew me, people already know I do not repeat outfits. And let me tell you, short story is that last year I went to a Mardi Gras ball. It was a dress. I was like, I really love this dress. And I wore it again. And as soon as I got in with my little girlfriends, they was like, I saw you over the weekend. Didn't you wear that dress last year?
Oh,
Last year.
oh,
I couldn't even get a last year break. Like,
man.
I know it was a year ago before. I mean, yeah, a year that I wore that dress. And someone still called me out on it. I was like, you know what?
Would I be correct if I said you're a fashionista?
I am.
Okay, and I am too. Whatever the male version, if we're gonna change the name there, but you know, with that, there's an expectation. So people expect things of us.
Hmm.
I can't tell you how many times a gentleman is coming up to me and said, "Hey, man, I like that hat, man. You make me want to." So that happens to me a lot. I'm sure it happens to you.
Yeah.
And I even changed my name on radio because I just kept getting called a certain thing. So I had to change it. And so on the radio, I'm Dapper D because it just kept happening. Like it happens in the street. I went down to the Domain to go grab some cream puffs, and the lady in the place said, I just got off the radio, and she said, you are looking so dapper today. And I
Oh,
was like, well, it's funny you say that. It's my radio name. I'm on a radio station, and that's how that happens. So people expect that from us, and that's the cost of doing business for you and I just
well,
imagine.
my name is like they call me Sparkles or Shiny Shiny because most of the time if it's like a big event, I mean, this is my salon. You see, well, right here, I got sparkles right here on it.
Ew.
Like this is me, my personality. But I had to like kind of go away from that name because one girl told me like one time she was like, "You wear a lot of sparkles. Are you a stripper?" And I'm like,
Oh, we're not right. We are not right. But can I tell you something right quick? I could tell when you started that story that you were gonna say you were going away from it. And the first thing I thought is, well, it does sound like a stripper name. So see, that's who we are, and that'll make it right. That's where we go. And oh, by the way, some of the best performances I've ever seen in my life was at a strip club in Atlanta. So shout out to all of my listeners in whatever your profession is, because I done seen Cirque du Soleil in Vegas. So they at home doing the show. I'm telling you,
"Listen,
when another person in high heels can jump on you while you're planking and ride you all the way down like a surfboard. Oh yeah, you got my respect.
listen, it's gonna be showtime at the Apollo if I walk on anybody's stage, okay?"
Wait,
Listen,
what would you do on stage?
listen, I will probably, I don't know if you ever seen like those memes where they talk about like girls in their first time dancing, how they're
Yeah.
like pop locking and
Ah, wait a minute, Larra. Are you gonna bite that bottom lip too when you're dancing? You biting it? Oh, well, then you into it at that point. We can't even stop you at that point.
you
Ugh.
know, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get some coins because people are like, this is different. So different that I like it.
Yeah. No, and this, I think there's something to be said about that also, because some people live through us and what we do, how we put it together.
Yeah.
A lot of times guys would tell me stuff like, yeah, man, if I didn't have to such and such, I dress like that every day. And I'm like, to myself, I'm always like, come on, bro, really? Because honestly, you still can.
You
You
can
you think it's just gonna just
nah,
snap fingers and you start doing it? But this how I live. It's all right. You do you.
you
I
do
get a lot
you.
of comparisons. So let's. I want to come back because we got ahead. Y'all see how easy it is, man. If you don't know Larry, y'all they're peaked now because this is easy. This is an easy conversation. But I wanna take it back. I want to go all the way back. First of all, where are you from? Where'd you grow up?
I get that question so often, and when
Really?
I tell you, I'm like, yeah, I see it. I'm from Houston. I'm a Houston girl, born and raised.
Oh,
I'm currently in Austin. I've been in Austin for about 8 or 9 years. I lost track. I don't technically even really claim Houston at this point.
yeah.
Austin, right?
Yep.
Born and raised in Houston, Texas. I'm a Texas girl.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with claiming Austin. I be where I be. That's where I be. Where I'm
That's
from, right here,
I mean,
especially if it's home.
it, but it is Austin, and there's nothing really to claim here. But
I know. I
it's where
know.
I be.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I used to live in Houston for a little while. Loved it, and I didn't like the job that I moved there for. So I ended up just deciding, okay, I'm going to look for a new gig. And unfortunately, something up in Los Angeles caught my eye. And that's the only reason why I left Houston. I'm going to tell everybody. It's the third largest city in America. It ain't Chicago no more, for those who didn't know that. And if you want anything, Houston has it. I
Everything.
think people sleep on it. I bet people don't know. I bet people know New York. People know Los Angeles. Atlanta gets a lot of fame. So I'm even going to put that above Houston. But I'm telling you, for those who don't know, you better head to the Gulf. Houston is amazing.
Let me tell you, so I own a salon, and I know we'll get more into that, but I own a
Yes.
salon. As a child, I remember going to a salon and people come in like, hey, I got cakes for sale. Oh, I got a TV for sale.
Yep.
Anybody need shoes? Like, so for my salon, I was ready for the hagglers. I was
Yeah.
ready for the discounts. And
Yes.
it's here. I'm not in Houston. I'm
No.
and
You know,
there's no hookups in Austin at all.
no. That was one of the things that got me here. So I'm gonna want to know why you came. When I came to Austin, while I was living in Houston, it was my first time. I saw this vibe. I saw this artsy vibe. I'm a bit of an artist. I got 4 tattoos. I drew them all. That's my level of art and appreciation of art.
Yeah.
But when I went back to Houston, I was like, "Yo, there's a vibe. I really like what's going on out there. We need to project ourselves for a weekend, go do some things in Austin, then we come back." Not a
Yeah.
one, not a one person I could ever convince, because everyone was like, "Oh no, we in the center of the universe, right here in Houston." So, how did you get to Austin?
So long story short, how did I get to Austin? I actually was in real estate. I'm in a beauty industry now, as you can tell.
Yeah,
Um, but prior, I was in the real estate market, and I just randomly applied for this job here in Austin. They called. I was in San Antonio at the time. I
yeah.
drove up here. The guy interviewed me, and he started, showing me the whole place and introducing me to everybody. And I'm like, "Am I hired?" And he was like, "Yeah, see you Monday." And I've been in Austin since.
You, I was gonna go back, and then we came forward, but now I gotta stay right here, right here, right here, because I got a question. You're a very pretty woman, and you're in the beauty industry, as you said, but can an ugly person do it? Like maybe things ain't together. And so you say, hey, this is what I used to look like, and it's what I currently look like. So now you see all the stuff that it's gonna take to get you there. I feel like it's a little wrong, because people are gonna see you and they're gonna be like, okay, hey, just give me this right here, right? Like this. Give me that.
But
Is that
it's very possible, so
uh,
I esthetician, and prior to being an esthetician, you know us.
yes, I do.
I only washed my face with soap and water. That was it. Like
Ivory
this,
soap, that white ivory soap.
it was discrimination on the soap. If it was, and
Uh-huh.
became an esthetician, I realized there's way more. That there's a saying that black don't crack. It
Yeah,
absolutely does.
it does.
It absolutely does. And
Yeah.
if you don't believe it, don't take care of your skin. And when you get 50 and 60 years old and you're trying to do it reverse, there's no such thing as reversing that skincare.
Damage already done, huh?
You're young.
Mm.
Another thing is that whenever I was younger, like I would do, and I don't know surgeries or anything, but more just taking care of my skin, having a routine. And so many people are like, you don't need that. Your skin looks good already. I'm like, no, it's a preventative.
Yeah.
No wait till skin is telling you, hey, I need help. You want to start while you're young. And
Yeah.
so that's what I embrace. I see older people all the time, and I'm like, you know, dear man upstairs, please don't ever let me fall off of my routine because I don't want to be like that.
Yo, I understand that. Of course I'm making jokes, but I do believe though, when it comes to a personal trainer, when it comes to someone that is a tutor, you got to ask. Well, so the tutor, you would ask for their resume. You would like to see, you should ask for like some credentials. Let me see your report card, right? Let me see
Yeah.
what you got on the SAT. Let me see what you got, whatever they're going to tutor you on. If it's a personal trainer, come on. If Fat Albert is out here trying to be your personal trainer, you might want to get another one, because what they telling you is it's so easy. So if Larra's telling me she can make me beautiful, why she look busted? But if she looks like this right here, and I feel bad for anyone that's downloading. I appreciate all my people that just do the audio, but listen to us now and look at her later. Yeah, come on back. Yeah, go to the YouTube and check us out, and then you got to at least give it a look. And then y'all tell me in the comments, like, well, you know what? Yeah, man, on a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, she was a 9. I mean, you may sound like she's a 23, which we'll still take.
But
I
I ain't gonna say that.
you ain't gonna hate on that. A 9 is okay.
Yeah, they may, but they probably give me a little better, probably off the charts.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. Check the comments. Anybody want to come lower than 9, they gonna have a problem. I mean, I'll give them a 9 because I want to say, everybody want to hate a little bit. There's gonna be that one Russian judge, like gymnastics, be like, it won't that perfect. But anybody else, I'll see you in the comments.
They entitled to their. I am a firm believer that everybody is not for you.
Yes.
So, hey, I may not be for them, but they can still enjoy the look in the show.
I believe though. So do you also see this? Sometimes you just have to realize there are other people as fast as you, that could jump as high as you, as pretty as you. That doesn't take anything from you to give it up to somebody else though. Your agreement there?
Well, I don't think anyone's prettier than me. I just want to make that a little side remark.
Who wants to step up?
But we're not in competition either. Like, to me, I'm definitely that woman that's going to give the next person their flowers, because nobody is the same. I guess unless you're, but even if you're twins, you're still different. You still have like looks can only go so far, And so you may be the baddest person in the room, but have the nastiest attitude, and then that brings you down. So to me, again, I don't think anyone's prettier than me, but we might be like next, side to side, but
nothing wrong with that. You shoot for stars, you end up in the upper atmosphere. You still good. You still good. Down on a lot.
Exactly.
So I want to come back to the back then. So, all right. So growing up in Houston, when I moved to Houston, I had an invite from Attorney Brother, and I ended up going to Beyonce's church that she used to go to.
Okay.
So I want to say this. Living in Houston, for those who don't know anything about it, what was the best part about growing up in Houston?
Oh, the best part?
Yes.
Now, this might rattle a few feathers, but the best part about living in Houston is that Houston is so diverse that I didn't know I was Black. I mean, I knew I was Black, but I didn't know I was Black until I moved out of Houston.
No.
I love that it was so cultured, that it was just very diverse. And it's like when I moved to San Antonio, and like I didn't see a lot of us, and I was like, whoa. And then I moved to Austin. It was a little better, but it made me feel like, where are we? Where like I'm trying to find it. Like I never even had to look when I was in Houston. Like I could go anywhere and I felt like pretty welcome, versus like outside of Houston, it really humbled me.
I'm gonna agree with that. I had a lot of diverse interests when I was there. I used to play a little pickup soccer, and there was a lot of for instance, Salvadoreños, and there may not have been another brother, African American, if that's what we'll call me here. But that one no issues. Cats just wanted to know, can you play? Was you ready? You got them laced up, and then that was it. And then after the game, we hanging out, exchanging numbers. We're gonna be out here next Tuesday. All right, I'll check y'all out. I'll be at another spot, bunch of African brothers, like straight off the boat from Africa brothers. They just moved here, but again, they don't care about nothing. They just like, yo, come on, American boy, let's see what you got. I think like that at the most, that's all they wanted to know. What can you do? Show us. So, you know what? You're right. I had a bunch of different pockets of diversity. Just amazing.
That's good. I think I got a list, and then it goes to the food. Like, if I wanted seafood, if I wanted, but again, I think that still goes to the diversity, right?
Yes.
At like, I could eat anything if I wanted to go out. Like, I could go out in Houston, like at least let's just call it 3 weeks and not 3 weeks every night, and not go to the same place and enjoy myself.
Yes,
I had to pay in. Now I most likely gotta pay to get in the Houston bars. Versus it's free, so I guess you know which one you want to take.
Right.
And, I miss that. Like, it feels like home. Home is home, and like I've traveled. My flex is that I've been to more countries than I've been to states, and the few states I have been in, it's still nowhere I have touched that even compares to Houston, and I've been to Atlanta.
What's the number one country on your list that you want to get to next? Let's just say right now, Donato's going to bless you with a all expense paid trip. I got you. I got the airfare. I got the hotel. I'm going to put you in a 5-star. I can't look at that. I can't have you in an old Roach motel. So I'm going to do all of that for you. And we're also going to set you up with, let's say I got a limitless Uber card for transportation. We can rent you something if you need it. But where would you want to go?
That is so hard to answer because I recently just came back from Dubai.
Hey.
And that was like my dream. Like, am I still pinch me because I still am dreaming?
Yeah.
That trip wasn't even planned. Like, I think I booked that trip like a month before we went. Like, that's how unplanned it was. And that was, I don't know, like, I've always had like the travel bug, like I gotta go. I don't want to be here. And like since I've been back from Dubai, I'm freaking good.
Yeah.
If I had but I just had a conversation with one of my girlfriends, and she just came back from Africa.
Okay.
And I would love to go to Africa, any part.
Oh yeah.
Any part. Like, any part of Africa. I would love to just go back to the motherland and like, get rooted. Like, I don't know. So yeah.
I like that. Did you notice any of the cop cars while you were in Dubai?
No. I was looking because I heard it's like one of the most expensive cop cars. I think I was looking more for, they say the smaller the license plate number is, like that wealthier that person is. I think I was more focused on the license plates than I was.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, rich people, how y'all doing?
Yes. What extravagance kind of blew your mind while you were there? Did you see the indoor ski park that they have?
I try not to do so much tourist things.
Okay.
But what I saw was that literally I feel like they're like 20 years ahead of us. Like they have everything figured out.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is a lot of people was like, be careful going to Dubai and yada. Yes, I understand that people went to jail, but also they broke the rules.
Yeah.
So I definitely would suggest or urge that if you are leaving the US, no matter where you go, like read up on their laws, the laws of the land, so you don't be breaking it just because, US, they let us run amok. These other countries are not.
Yeah. I like that. What I can tell you is that anyone that wants to go take, if she hasn't sold you already, you have got to go see. The city is constantly under construction because they keep building. They throwing high rises up whenever they want to, wherever they want to.
And the design, it's like
Oh,
art.
oh.
Like they're like, to me, I feel like they have like a bowl and they have names in it, and they be like, you, what are you building in this country
Yeah,
today?
yeah. You get a building and
Yes,
you get a building.
yes. And it's the most funkiest, the like some buildings are like leaning, but it's
Yep,
straight and it's
yep.
going away. Like, sir, what mind or what was you on to even think about? Like, what
They are
about
they're on their way to having the largest air conditioned city in the world. That is their next feat.
I believe it.
They're
I
gonna
believe
do it. They're
yeah,
gonna do it.
yeah, even their ocean, I believe it's their ocean or their water there is like man-made, like biggest
Yes.
man. It didn't feel like it felt like I was on a yacht and not trying to flex or anything, but I was on a yacht
Uh-huh.
and on a yacht and it was at night. I was like, it looked like I was looking down on Earth. I felt like I wasn't even on Earth no more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think, you know what? I think we just sold some people though, because, this is another reason why we do this podcast and have these conversations. Why I ask that question, because I want to share with other people ideas, and knowing that you have this opportunity and you being able to talk about it allows others to think outside of the box. Because here in America, sometimes the first thing and the only thing we say is, "Oh, I'm gonna take a trip. Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the Caribbean." Come on. How many times you gotta go to Costa Rica? Come on. How many times you gotta go to Jamaica? Come on. Mix it up. Go do something else.
Yeah,
It's-
and it's definitely not Florida.
oh my gosh. If I come across, and I used to live in Central Florida for a while, but I'm gonna tell you this. There are more spectacular places to visit, people.
Yeah,
Every family vacation ain't got to go to Florida, especially if a family spends $12,000-$13,000 at Disney. No disrespect, I may get a couple Disney folks on here. Man, you can go somewhere else for that same amount of money
you
and still
have
have a great memory.
the same amount, even if you're going to Jamaica.
Thank you.
And even then, let me tell you, you going to Jamaica, you're probably going to spend half of that.
Oh, you're right about that. Yeah. Okay, so I want to come back to another thing. It's high school, your senior year. You might have been brown bagging, but stay with me here. You're in the cafeteria. The lunch dude is there. He's got on his hairnet, and he takes that ladle and throws some chili. That's all they had, girl. That's all they got. But stay with me though. You think I'm gonna be eating some chili? But you get that chili. You got your tray. You're gonna go walking out. What table you sitting at? And you know where I'm going. Which clique? Where you sitting at? Senior year.
Well, I wasn't in school senior year.
Oh, okay.
I was
Last year in school, then.
last year in school, I would be with the outcasts. I was an outsider.
No,
Yes, I would be
man.
with
Well, you know what?
this.
No one. The person that thinks that you can blend, the person that thinks that you are run of the mill, they're wrong anyway. But okay, so it goes all the way back.
I was the girl that I did not like the popular people,
Uh-huh.
and I loved everybody else besides the popular people. You
Oh,
was the one that if you bully someone, then I'm going to be like, bully me then.
uh-huh.
You're going to like me. So I
Yeah,
don't care.
yeah. No, I appreciate that. That's honestly, that is social IQ. I think the easiest thing, the path of least resistance, is looking up at the stars and wanting to be with them. But those people that have that intestinal fortitude to walk a different path, my peeps, my
Yep.
peeps. Larra, I knew this was gonna be. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I know who to get on this podcast. We already off to a good start. All right. Did you play any sports when you were in high school?
I did. I was in track.
Huh?
Actually, I was in
What
track.
events? What events you do?
I did cross country actually. I did cross country, but then I did like I was pretty bad in school now.
Thank
Bye,
you.
girl. I was pretty bad. Thank you so much. I was bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go on and dive on in it. I actually had my first son at 16.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, yeah, and so like I don't advocate it at all, but like probably one of the best things I ever did because
It's done.
it's done. My son is 19,
Oh,
got a job,
yeah, you
and
done did it, mama. You done did it.
I get to travel the world now,
Yes, you do.
and so yeah, like I don't even like speaking of like high school, I'm like, what did that even look like? I'm not trying
Wow,
to
so you
tell
were,
my age, even though I'm not ashamed of it, but
I'm
that was
so impressed. You literally are a person who goes their own path because I mean, let's be honest. Culturally, culturally, because I ran cross country in high school and in college, there there's a demographic, and that demographic generally doesn't look like us. And then also, those who look like us kind of talk ourselves out of it for a variety of reasons. First of all, I ain't gonna run 5 miles. That's if I had $1 for every time one of my friends said that, and I never asked them. I'm just telling you, I'm on the team. I don't want you to see that. And the second thing is, and this is coming from a guy. I'm a middle child. I got an older sister and a younger sister. How many times somebody told me that they don't want to play a sport because of their hair? We gonna let that hold us back? Man, I got paid to go to college for running track. So what? Yeah, y'all get this money. I mean, it's their opportunity. So
that's very true. That's very true. But yeah, like my track career was pretty short lived, but
yeah, that's all
uh,
right. You did it.
you know,
You did it, and then if anything, you did the hardest thing. Look, I wasn't a sprinter, and I don't want to disrespect the sprinters that are listening, but we know if you could be done in 10 seconds, or you got to be running for more than 10 minutes, there's a difference.
there's definitely a difference, and I definitely tell you that I cannot do it today.
That's all right. That's all right. Um, what I will say though is, what's that walking game looking like? You still working on that stamina? You still getting that cardio in? What are you
You
doing?
know, so I do run the salon, and the girls keep me busy. Like they always say, you hear in the hallway because I'm always running back and forth. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I need cash, or hey, can you come with? So yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I definitely like this is another year. I said I really don't want to have New Year's resolution because I really don't believe in that New Year's mumbo jumbo. Honestly,
Yes.
'cause we just woke up and said, hey, this is a new day that I'm going to change my life and be great. Well, I really don't need an excuse for me to be great. And
Yes.
so, but yeah, one of my, in my head that I want to do is I want to get back in the gym. I used to like go really hardcore, but since
Oh.
opening up my business,
Mhm.
uh, like I eat right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That,
All right. Okay. So now is the time to catch her, is what everybody just learned. Hey, Larra, let me arm wrestle you, and if I win, I get a free coloring. How about that? See, I'm gonna get her now, listeners. I'm gonna get her now before she get back in
let's
that gym.
go.
Oh, no, she ready. Girl, I was just doing that for the camera. I know you're gonna call me on it. Nah, see what had happened. I was playing ball earlier this week, so my right arm, which is what I would have done. Yeah, yeah. So rain check.
I got
And
you. I'm gonna definitely keep you account. I'm like an elephant advocate. Elephant never forget.
oh no, look at me. My mouth always gets me into
You
trouble.
So listen, when you see this, you already know what it means. It ain't fun.
Oh,
And we
yeah, yeah. Okay, that means put the elbow on the table. It's time to go.
and you better
I'm
make sure you put some lotion on them bowls. So I'll be looking at that too.
gonna tell you. We were talking about that a little earlier, and I am rare in that, like when I get done playing ball, I do get a lot of jokes from my friends because while after I shower, I take the time, I lotion the whole body. I'm trying to keep this stuff moisturized. I'm
Going
trying to keep it together. So, gentlemen, You heard it. This is a lady of style. She's telling you. If you don't take her advice, well, there ain't no help for you. Don't nobody want Ashy. Oh, Ashy ain't classy. I just,
It ain't.
You know what? They always got jokes. They always got jokes when they see me doing my thing. But I'm gonna tell you this: trying to make sure it don't crack. I'll double back on them in another 15, 20 years. And I did go to a high school reunion, and yeah, I got some compliments on holding it together. So I'm gonna keep with my routine.
Exactly. Because I've definitely been around those folks that I'm like, girl, we graduated the same year.
Hey, your 33 don't look like my 33. Sorry for you.
I'm so
I mean, that's it happens pretty often. So I want to bring it back to another thing. In high school, what superlative would have been added to you if there was one? Most likely to become a Dallas Cowboy football player. I don't know. What would have been the superlative that any person in the hallway? I'm jumping in the time machine. I'm going back, and I'm gonna find a random person who actually knows Larra, and I'm gonna say, "Yo, who that?" What they gonna say?
like so if
They
they
know
was
you.
now,
No, what did they say about you then? That person then that they were coming in contact with in high school.
I don't know.
I know. That's
I
why
don't
I'm
know.
asking.
I'm actually not a girly girl. I actually was what do they call it? Like a tomboy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I dressed in like the baggy clothes.
Mhm.
It's not until like my first real relationship where he was like buying dresses and purses and like having me to wear heels. And I was like, I feel like a girl. It was not, I mean, I still was pretty, but I was not cute. Because there's a difference. I was
Yes, there
cute.
is.
Cute where?
Yeah. I flinched when you bucked at the camera like that. Let's it's not warm me or something. You taking all my cred from me here. I had this amazing viral rapper on. I had a gentleman that covers some underground hip hop scene on. And I was holding my own, coming out of that. They was like, yo, you a cool cat. We hang out. Then I get up here with a lady of style. And this is the one where I let my guard down. I'm getting pumped.
It's,
Tail between my legs.
it's a camera. You think that I'm going to come through the camera. It's okay.
I got to change my. I had you at 1080. I'm gonna downgrade you or something. All right. If there was an opportunity now for your peers now, what would they say about you currently?
People think, I mean, they can think it. It's okay. Like my peers now, they think that like I'm this, and I am kind of like successful mogul. Like they think that like I'm a millionaire. That I had a kid at 16, and look at her now. She owns her own beauty salon. Like one best beauty salon in Austin, and I'm not even from the state. Rental properties, rent out cars. Like they're like, to me, I do think that I do have a story to tell that a lot of people get caught up on, oh, I was 16 when I had my child. So that's kind of it. Like my life is over. And one thing that my mom taught me is that it's not over. Like she said some things to me that made me say I'll never be that. And so I live by that. And so, yeah, I think that people can see that she's a very successful businesswoman, a very beautiful, successful
Yeah.
businesswoman.
You can work them long hours and be successful, and you can let it go. You can let a lot go during that
Yeah.
time. But so opening your own salon, man, that had to be scary. pop up into your head? Also, I thought you weren't cute, and that's the business you was gonna go into. Like, tell us, how did we get from there to here?
Listen, it was a long journey. Like I went to school. Like my family, we come from like real estate. Like my mom, my aunt,
Yeah.
like my brother, like just our family, real estate people. And so like that's I was like, okay, well, I've been helping my mom for years, and let me just do that. And I went to school for a loan officer and massage therapist and
Mhm.
paralegal, and I think real estate was my last career, and I was like, you know what, since I was 14, 12, I always knew that I wanted to be in the beauty industry. Like I love beauty. Like no matter where I go, people are like, I love your hair, like who did your hair, or I love your outfit. Like to me, I was a walking billboard, and I'm like, oh, go see this person, and then they'd be like, that person canceled on me. Like, oh, they canceled on you?
Oh,
Go to that person. Oh, they canceled on you?
come on.
And I was that same person. Like, I'm supporting these people, and like, there was no professionalism into it. Like, to me, I feel like one thing, my business is House of Beauty Awesome. One thing we pride ourselves is that very professional. Like if you book an appointment, we're going to be here. And so going back to the story, like I felt like I would refer people to so many people, and it just really wasn't a good experience.
Yeah.
And so like I have to make a change. They
Mm.
always say like if you want to follow like your what is it? Like if you want to do something you actually love, like you don't have to create something. You just got to figure out what is the people missing. What are you doing in your everyday life right now that helps
Yes.
people to improve? And that was me. Like I know nothing about nothing. And the reason I didn't go to beauty school when I was 16 or 18 when I could, because my mama did not let us do our hair, put on makeup, or even polish my nails. Until I got all that stuff done when I was like 19, right?
Uh-huh.
And like I really loved it. And so like I was like when I was in real estate, I was like, I'm not gonna do anything else until I follow my passion.
Yeah.
And I did it. And what I tell you is that now one day I've been doing this for about 4 years. Now one day out of this that it actually feel like work.
Oh,
Like,
that means you nailed it. You're where you're supposed to be.
yeah.
So there's going to be some listeners. I know you don't do resolutions, but they have goals. Let's just call them goals in life. They have life goals.
Okay.
A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs like you, but they got paralysis by analysis. It's always, well, I'll get to this, I'll get to that. What would you say to them? What was the impetus? What was that motivating factor that finally got you going 4 years ago to get in this salon? And I know you've had other ventures, but the salon, what finally pushed you for that? Because I'm sure you talked yourself out of it more times than you talked yourself into it.
Yes. So what made me say it is, again, I was in real estate and I was working for this company, which I loved. Like I loved until things was not right.
Mm-hmm.
And, the company definitely built me up and showed me that I'm much more. Again, I came from Houston. Like I was, howdy y'all. How y'all? I'm finna go change my sheets.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was pretty country. And, what that job taught me was at the ending, like they told me, you will never be successful. You will never. I think that whenever people tell me what I can't do, I have a drive to show them that, yeah, I can do.
Yes, ma'am.
And in that job, like I used to cry every day, like, God, this is the most money I've made in my life. This can't be it. Like it can't be it. And when that job ended, I was like, I can't work for anyone else. Let anyone dictate what my life is supposed to look like, especially when I worked so hard for it.
Yeah.
And so I said that I want to try beauty, so let's try it. And then with that job, I saved up some money where I said I'm gonna pay off all my bills and I'm gonna go to school.
Yeah.
And if I like this. And I just say consistency. It's no, there's no special ingredient that I can tell someone on how to be successful. If you want to be successful, you just got to be consistent. Show up for your business. It's not the, oh, I'm tired. You tired, then you're never going to get started, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. I like that. That's profound. If you want to go get it. I mean, that's what I gathered from that. You got me ready to go put a billboard on the side of these buses about my podcast.
Do it.
I'm not even, no cap. Okay, just keep your eyes open around town. You might just put me on a whole nother path. I'm about to tell these people.
And another thing is that I actually started in a pandemic. Like when we were,
yeah,
like I opened my business during the pandemic. I had no excuse. Like this had to work.
yep.
And whenever I purchased this wheat, like I just knew that it cost this much a month. Not thinking I had to decorate this place. I need a supply.
Yeah.
And, the leasing agent was like, girl, as long as you got the deposit, you in. I was like, well, I'm in. It was a lot of learning curves. It definitely was a lot of curves, but even the week before I was supposed to get my keys, I was like, nah, who the hell am I?
Oh,
I can do this.
yeah.
And I'm glad I did not listen,
I
because
will do that.
I wouldn't have these awards that I'm looking at right now. Best lash.
You got awards. Wait, hold on. What'd you get an award for? Arm wrestling? What'd you get an award for? Oh, see, she threw the arm back up. Dang, there were 1,000 other jokes I could have used. But hey, this is your time. Like, what's one of them? I'm so curious.
Yeah, so one of them would be, so I started lashing in 2019. That's
Yeah.
when but I started really, I mean, I've always took it serious, but 2022 was definitely like my year. And so, I was consistent, and I got recognized of being the best lash tech in Austin. Like,
What?
do you know how many lash techs? Like,
God.
nails, because my nails were supposed to get done before this interview, but life happened. But
Yeah.
yeah, like beat the odds. Like even the girl up against, she was like a force to reckon with. Like I really did not think that I was gonna win, but I did. Like decided, and it was Larra. And after that, like I was on a high. Like winning an award, that's
Yes.
beyond like any spot in my mind I can even imagine. So the next year, like, girls, we got to go harder. Like
I was gonna say.
I don't even want the best lash tech this year. I want the best salon, because we offer more than just lashes. So I want more than that. In 2022, we got the best salon in Austin.
No.
Too. That was another hard one too.
God.
I can show y'all the. Y'all want to see it? I gotta get up.
Oh yes, we do.
Let me.
Yes, we do.
Close off. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've never seen an award. The fact that we could get this opportunity to see an award. Yeah. Oh, yo, these are. Okay, so for the people in the audio, these look like you go up on a stage. You got to have a speech ready. Man, that's nice. A little see-through. That's nice. So did you have to put your name in the running for it, or they came around looking for you and they told you you're nominated?
So how they selected, I mean, I wasn't part of like how they did any selections, but basically they just word of mouth, like people recommended. So either you could be recommended, or they went on to like social media and seeing what everybody was talking about. Like right now, if someone looks up House of Beauty Austin for the girlies and the guys, because we don't discriminate.
Appreciate that.
If you're looking for a place, like we are 5-star across any platform that you look at, whether it's Google, Yelp, Facebook, our booking site, we have over 400 reviews. So Yeah. Biker.
Ah, wow, that's cool. And that's look, anybody, whether you run a business or not, it is hard to have that 5-star rating and across all the platforms. People ain't gonna you're not just getting that. You can't pay people enough to do that because you're gonna get those little weasels that want to come up there and give you a 1-star.
Exactly. Or like, oh, it really wasn't like all that. It was good
Yes.
at,
Yes.
you know, I
Yes.
and I've touched a lot of people, and to get over 400 people to say
Yeah.
yeah, good, he told me I'm where I need to be. It's what that tells me.
Yes, it is. So so first of all, this went fast
It's
and it's been amazing. I just have 2 more questions for you, and I need to know if there was anyone in this world that you wanted to recommend to me to have on this podcast because you find them very interesting. Who is that person, and what will you do to help me get them on this podcast?
it can be anybody.
Anybody, as long as you find them interesting. They ain't got to be the richest, unless to you that makes them really interesting, how they amass the wealth, but just an interesting person in your circle.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Friends, don't get mad at me. I know it's
Oh,
so
that's
easy.
another reason why I ask it, because you got to say it into the mic.
The
And then you got
pressure.
to deal with it on the other side. Because they're like, well, hey, what about me?
Oh,
But that's for you to deal with, not for me.
if I
See, I
had
told everybody, I told her this was going to be nice and easy. Then I hit it with the hard stuff.
this is pretty hard.
Yeah.
If I have 2 people that come to the top of my mind, but one of them is not technically inclined, so I'm
Nope.
not.
We'll go 1, and then we'll give you an honorable mention. So that'll get you the 2. So who's the one before we get to the honorable mention?
The one would be my brother.
Oh.
Yeah, it would actually be my brother. His name is Sky. He has a 360 photo booth in California, in San Jose.
Yeah.
And like, just if you thought my story was interesting, I didn't even get to really tell y'all my story.
Oh, there's more meat on this bone. We gonna have. Hey,
I
this
have
is
to
why I like it.
I have to
This
be
is how I know I picked a good person. We
yes,
leaving them wanting for more.
yes, I definitely need to be back. Or we can kind of like work together and we make this a thing, like
Hey. I like your thinking.
you need a co-host, let me co-host. Okay.
Woo! This was too easy. Okay, just like you said, you don't forget that. I will not forget.
Please and don't. But yeah, for sure my brother, because I remember like telling him, I remember whenever I did leave Houston and I told him like one thing I will say is that even though Houston was diverse, it kept me in this little bubble. Like I didn't know like what I know
Mhm.
now.
Yeah.
And I felt like, I told him like he did come from he has a background that needs to be told, and he felt like because the mistakes that he made in his earlier life that he could not see it through. Like he thought that like life was over. People like, hey, once I have this paper, then that's it. Like world is over. I got to work for this minimum job. And like my brother, he's doing so amazing. Like he own his own business now and like just on social media. And I'm like, dude, like you did it. But I remember he used to always tell me like, you're forgetting where you came from. You're forgetting. That's why you can say that it's easy, that I need to do this, because you're forgetting where you came from. And now I'm not saying that he forgot where he came from, but understanding that things can happen in your life as long
Yes.
as you don't claim those things and you want more for yourself,
Mhm.
then you just do it. And he just did it. And he's so dope for that. So my brother for sure.
That's the first brother. I've gotten some mothers. I've gotten a girlfriend. That's the first brother. I'm intrigued. And not to mention him having his own business. Entrepreneurs are I hate to say this, they're some of the best, because I am so proud of people that bet on themselves, that step out on themselves. And yeah, so Boom. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna put in a word. You just send him a little text and be like, "Hey,
Yes.
I
He
met
gonna
this
be
guy."
what? You want me to what? But yes, brother, you need to tell your story because I think that he's been through a lot and he's overcame so much more. He's definitely someone that I look up to, that I respect, that I honor. And we actually have the same birthday and we're not twins.
No, that is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't good for parents because there's a lot of money that's got to go out that month, but it's still it's a cool event. All right. Lastly, how can we stay up? Social media, your website, for those that are local, your address. I know they're gonna Google it, but yeah, could you tell us how can we follow you on social media? Where are you at on social media?
My handle on Instagram, you can find me on Instagram at the real Kielarra, because that's my real name. No one can never say my name right. So then I became Larra, but then they call me Laura, so I quit. But it's real Kielarra, and that's Keilarra. And then you can find me on Tag. I'm actually a streamer as well.
Oh,
I took a little break, yeah. It's a lot of people don't know. You see my page. I love to keep them guessing. I don't
yes,
like the internet. People become bullies, and like to me, I
yes,
don't
they do.
post my family or I post myself here and there. But my page is really dedicated to memes. But if you're interested in the beauty part of me, I have lovely girls that's under me from junior stylist all the way up to master stylist that we offer facials, teeth whitening, lash extensions, body contouring, permanent jewelry, you name it. And my business name is House of Beauty Austin. We're located centrally in Pflugerville, Texas, so about 10 minutes away from Austin, maybe 15 minutes away from the city of Austin. I don't know. And again, that Instagram handle is House of Beauty Austin.
This was awesome. I know there's more. The listeners know there's more.
Yep.
We'll see. We'll see if she makes the time to give us more listeners.
I'll
But
be
she did give
back.
us this time today, and this
I'll
was
be
great. Larra, this was awesome. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be. And again, I'm a genius. I'm out here getting amazing talent. These are the great conversations that we want. So thanks again for coming on.
Thank you. I'm gonna
Thanks a
need
lot.
some questions. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I definitely felt like I was like, oh my God, what if I don't know what a harder question looks like,
Uh-huh.
but I want you to like kind of pick my brain next time a little bit.
Oh, no problem.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah, all right. I mean,
So
I'll attempt to hold back, but
I didn't tell you guys my name on Tag. So I am on Tag and you can find me under Maserati Lash Babe.
okay. Man. Oh, that sounds like we talking cars next time too.
Oh yeah.
We'll do it. And thanks a lot. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you.